Morning. My name is Mike. It's morning somewhere, and I'm recording this in the morning. I don't care when you watch this. I hope the next morning you have. I hope it's good. I'm here to help you out. You want to keep up with the news? Me neither, but it's something that I do. This way, I'll help you. You help me by watching, and then I'll give you some value. This is what's going on in the world. This all comes from the Associated Press. This is where all the news people get all their news from. So why not just go right to the source? There's a lot of stories across the world. There's no way we'll get to them all, but we're going to get to the top 5 stories of each category that the Associated Press wants you to know about. There's different categories. We're going to talk about what's going on in the U.S. because I live there, and we're going to talk about the world because I live there too. Politics is going to be pretty quick. I don't know or care much about it. Entertainment. Hopefully this is entertaining enough for you. But if you want to know what's going on in the entertainment world, music, movies, I get it. We'll cover those. Sports. I'm not gonna say I don't know anything about sports. I don't know much. I know that there's teams. I know there's a ball involved. A lot of times there's gambling. Business. We're gonna get down to business. We're gonna let you know what's going on in the business world and science and tech, because this is where you come to for all the top science and tech things. Let's get started. U.S. news. The top 5 stories that the Associated Press wants you to know about that's going on in the U.S. July keeps sizzling as Phoenix hits another 110-degree day and wildfires spread in California. Well, that's a good thing July's over. Record heat waves illuminate plight of poorest Americans who suffer without air conditioning. Yeah, it's hot. RFK Jr. says he's not anti-vaccine. His records show the opposite. It's one of many inconsistencies. If you think I'm going into detail about this stuff, no, I want you to know the headlines. Like, if you're out somewhere and you're like, oh yeah, I heard about that. Where'd you hear it first? Maybe here. Maybe you heard it fourth here, but at least you heard about it. First U.S. nuclear reactor built from scratch in decades enters commercial operation in Georgia. The state, right? Not the country. Anchorage homeless face cold and bears. Holy shit, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're homeless. It's bad enough. I mean, here in Philly, there's squirrels, maybe some pigeons. You got to be like, get the fuck out of here. But a bear, you have to leave. Why are you homeless in Alaska? Okay, so that's what's going on in the U.S. Let's talk about what's happening in the world. French embassy in Niger is attacked as protesters waving Russian flags march through capital. So the Russians are going after the French in... Okay, all right. Pakistan buries dead from massive suicide attack at political rally that killed 54. Yo. We don't deal with that kind of stuff here. We just read these headlines. I go, that's rough, man. 54 people in one shot. I don't know. Just stop doing that shit. Imagine if world peace came out of that. Hey, we were watching this comedian said we should stop doing that. Cancel all the bombings this week. Russian missile strikes kill at least 4 people in Zelensky's hometown in central Ukraine. Yeah, stop. Just stop. Solving world problems. As the Pope As the Pope heads to Portugal, he's laying the groundwork for the church's future in his own legacy. Look at that car. That's wild. Like the president of the United States, and probably other presidents too, like they go in different planes. Like you never know who's going to be. This dude's just riding around like, kind of like JFK, really like JFK probably should have. He probably should have been in one of these. You wonder if he learned from the Kennedy assassination. South Korean dog meat farmers push back against growing moves to outlaw their industry. Mixed feelings here. Every dog I've loved that I've ever met, even ones that have bit me, I'm like, you're a dog, you're gonna bite me. Every cow I've met, I've been like, oh, anyway. I'll still fuck up a steak though. That's what's going on in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Mar-a-Lago worker charged in Trump's classified documents case will make his first court appearance. Okay, cool. Biden goes west to talk about his administration, blah, blah, blah. Trump could be indicted soon. Man, lock them up. Man, RFK, we talked about RFK. Okay. Joe Biden, America's oldest sitting president, needs young voters to win again. Will his age matter? I mean, if all you're worried about is that dude's age, yeah, then just vote for him. Entertainment. Whitney Houston's estate announces second annual Legacy of Love gala with, check out, look, you know what? That's a really pretty picture of Whitney. She would have been 60. Well, happy birthday to Whitney. Book review. Richard E. Grant's emotional roller coaster memoir, A Pocket Full of Happiness. Does it fit in your pocket? Is it a pocketbook? Here are we. The Barbie bonanza continues at the box office. Oppenheimer holds the number 2 spot. The one guy made the atomic bomb, and she's a blonde bombshell. So, and neither one of them bombed. Fans paid tribute to Coco Lee, Hong Kong singer who had international success. I guess that happened as an event. What to stream this week? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Quavo, Reservation Dogs, and Mixtape. That's not news. See why entertainment is not that entertaining. Sports. The Women's World Cup has produced some big moments. These are some of the highlights and lowlights. You got to click it for that one because I'm not going to go over them. But top story in world, just sports in general, is the Women's World Cup. So not much else is going on. Rangers acquire Scherzer from the Mets in blockbuster move by surprise AL West leaders. That means absolutely nothing to me. I'm sorry. Congratulations, though, bud. Jets, Aaron Rodgers defends Nathaniel Hackett and fires back at the Broncos' Sean Payton. So far, none of this has to do with anything relating to a game. This is just like, this dude went here. Some guy was talking shit, and this one said something back to him. That's why it's tough to read sports. Follow any of this shit. Really, not just sports. I'm not singling you out here. Dalvin Cook visits with the Jets and watches practice as he considers... This isn't some dude's just showing up, checking shit out. This is news. This is, of all the stories, this is the number 4 story. This is a number 2 story. Speaking of number 2 pick Stroud competes with Mills for starting quarterback job with the Houston Texans. Okay, I guess that's news. Yeah. Like he's coming in, he's slapping his hand. That's cool. All right, let's get down to business. First U.S. nuclear reactor built from scratch in decades enters commercial operation in Georgia. Like where, though? Is it in Atlanta? Nuclear power makes up about 25% of Georgia power. Georgia power. Do y'all say that? Georgians? Georgia power? You should. Skepticism prevails as Chinese leaders promise to back private businesses to spur slowing economy. Skepticism prevails. How's this news, though? Like, tell me China made something. Anyway. Teamsters say Yellow Corp is ceasing operations, filing for bankruptcy. That's what the Teamsters said. Is that true? Okay, well, the next article is Yellow is shutting down and headed for bankruptcy. The Teamsters Union says. Here's what to know. Okay, that's what the top 5 business stories. 2 of them are the same one. Let's see what science is all about. What's going on in science today? 2 supermoons in August mean double the stargazing fun. We're getting another moon? Let's go, baby. July has been so blistering hot, scientists already calculate that it's the warmest month on record. Yeah, it's been hot. Like, hot. Stay inside. Go swimming. Get naked. GOP measures would undo protections for endangered lesser prairie chicken northern bat. What the hell's a prairie chicken northern bat? A lesser prairie chicken. Oh, and a northern... It's not the same animal. It's 2 different animals. Yeah, and the government's fighting over these protect them, don't protect them. Come on. Extreme heat. This is nothing but heat. It's all heat today, baby. Extreme heat moves east where many will see their hottest days of the year. No, drink a lot of water, stay home and make a dumb video. Fukushima officials say release of treated water is a milestone in nuclear plants decommissioning. Oh, you know what? Whatever is anything positive from that place is probably good to hear about. So I guess that's positive. You know, science made it sound like it was very positive. All right, let's finish this out with technology. These are the top 5 news articles of technology and things that you can do with tech. Election disinformation campaigns targeted voters of color in 2020. Experts expect 2024 to be worse. This is not what we were hoping for. I was hoping there'd be like a new virtual galaxy machine that drives itself and takes you back and forth to Target. X logo installed atop Twitter building, spurring San Francisco to investigate permit violation. The X logo is also installed at the top of your Twitter app now, too. So it's just X. Just every time I see it, I think of that exhibit song. Automaker Tesla is opening more showrooms on tribal lands to avoid state laws barring direct sales. Hey, yo, this dude ain't shit, man. Okay, this makes sense for tech. It's not a great story, but it leads to something hopefully tech related. Montana train derailment report renews calls for automated systems to detect track problems. Okay. Yeah, that's like a call for tech. Okay, so this fits happily, in my opinion, in this series of news. This so far, that's the best one. Vietnam car maker begins build for North Carolina electric vehicle plant that will employ thousands of North Carolinians. And that's it. So now you know what's going on. You're out somewhere and somebody says something to you about the Montana train derailment. You're like, oh yeah, that's supposed to yeah, they're doing a study now so that they can fix that. And they'll be like, yo, how'd you know that? Mike Salvi, that's how.